Fuck. All right. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to. God damn it! I'm like recording this on a podcast. I'm recording with Anchor, but not with fucking Zoom. All right, we're recording on Zoom now. What's up, everyone? Welcome, Bicoastal episode 3. I said it quickly, but we still are not sponsored with ads.
Because we weren't recording.
Yeah, we're not sponsored with ads because you got not enough people tuned in, so you guys need to listen up. We're going to start with the NBA, Lakers, Blazers. Lakers took care of business. They won in 5 games. Dame Lillard did not play in Game 5, though. So
with the bubble.
Yeah, he left
to go be with his kids. He has more important things to do than playing a fake season.
Yeah, exactly. And so the Lakers, they won, but I don't know if they really won because, Dame didn't play. It's an asterisk for LeBron, like we touched on. If the Lakers do win the NBA Finals, it's 3.1 rings for LeBron. However, if he loses, it is a full hit to his legacy. That is what the media has decided. So, Tim, any takeaways from that series? The Lakers obviously took care of biz, but do you think they're the favorite to win this fake finals?
Well, I was going to say they were in real trouble in the next round if they were going to play the Rockets, but the Rockets last night were terrible, and they look like garbage.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be an interesting series, but I still think LA kind of has pretty easy road right now until they play the Clippers and they get swept.
You think they get swept?
Yeah.
See, I don't know about that. I think Patrick Beverley's just going to be screaming the whole time. But, you're right. Let's skip past the Lakers Blazers because we know that kind of sucked, especially being a Portland fan. And we'll talk about Thunder OKC. The Thunder had a 0.2% chance to make the playoffs. That's what media analysts projected, not us. We knew that they would go to 7 games with the Rockets back last September. That's what me and you predicted. But the rest of the media said that they had a 0.2% chance of making it. What are your thoughts on Chris Paul? He's obviously playing well.
I have only 2 takeaways from this series. Number one, we don't give Chris Paul enough credit. Generally just so unbelievably underrated. He gets dragged through the mud because he's never played in the finals. But you kind of look at the teams he's played on. Yeah, they kind of blew it with the Clippers. But if he doesn't get hurt when he's on that Rockets team, they win a championship. He just gets no credit. He's dragging a bunch of bums. Whatever his name is, L. Dort is one of the worst players I've ever seen play the game of basketball, and he just keeps shooting. Danilo Gallinari is a poor man's Brook Lopez. It's just we don't give that man enough credit. Now they have a Game 7. And then the other one, Russell Westbrook, is garbage. He is just terrible.
Yeah, I like to call him, he's Patrick Beverley with a little more athleticism.
He's Patrick Beverley with a shoe deal.
Right. Yeah. No,
last night he airballed it. Tie game, comes down, airballs it. James Harden pulls it out, gets it out of bounds. Russ turns it up, gets it from out of bounds, hits it off Danilo Gallinari. They get another shot. Turnover by Russ. Chris Paul goes down, makes 2 free throws. Russ again, he's made 3 fuck-ups in a row. He takes it and drives and kicks it out of bounds. He's garbage.
Yeah, and it's really dangerous when you have a player who's trash in those clutch situations, but they're overly confident. I saw some tweet that was like, Russ makes terrible decisions, Harden makes great decisions, Russ isn't scared of the moment, Harden is scared of the moment. And so as a result, it's like a perfect recipe for them to just crumble.
He's so pissed about James Harden. He is the greatest scorer in the NBA, and he just can't get a decent team to play around him. He can't get another star.
Well, he himself has to step up too. I'm sure some of it's the withdrawal from not going to Magic City or any other strip club in the area, but he needs to step up. He needs to pick up his game.
But yeah, Russ is garbage. We can settle that now. Also just doesn't care defensively. The Rockets are one of the worst defensive teams I've ever seen play, but they just break down the stats. Daryl Morey's on the court breaking out the spreadsheet that if they make this many threes, they can still win.
Yeah. Incredible stuff. Let's switch gears to Nuggets, Jazz, because that series was a surprise. I mean, the Jazz took a 3-1 lead. We were all praising Donovan Mitchell. He's a decent player. Like, even in these games they've lost recently, he still played pretty well. I mean, both those guys are just fucking crazy. Murray and Donovan Mitchell, two rising stars. I mean, they've both already arrived, I'd say, but really showing us something special here.
Yeah, I mean, I can firmly say after this, I don't know if it's just Gobert has him locked down, but Jokic was garbage. The last 2 games he's been garbage, and it's just been Jamal Murray carrying. But yeah, Jokic has been non-existent, just a lot of bad plays. And I think a lot of it has to do with Rudy Gobert being the best defensive center in the NBA, probably the best defensive player in the NBA because he can't score, but he's out there for 40 minutes a game. But it's just ridiculous to see that.
How much of Murray's great play is just so he can have his girlfriend come into the bubble and top him up again?
Is that what happened?
Yeah, you didn't see that video?
No.
There was
I thought that was Fred VanVleet with his kids.
There was a video that leaked of Jamal Murray's girlfriend giving him top, and it was like on his Instagram story.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah, so
I didn't know she was coming back into the bubble, though.
Yeah. No, but those guys are both so damn impressive, just what they're doing. And, yeah, do we want to switch to any other games? Because, like, that Game 7 is going to be fun.
The Heat Bucks game last night was phenomenal. I hit a pair of bets on it, which were phenomenal. I had Heat to win by 5 or more, and that hit. And then I had Jimmy Butler points, assists, and rebounds, 44.5, and he hit 45 off a last-minute steal. Jimmy Butler was on another level.
Yeah, what do you think that is? I mean, this is the environment that he obviously likes to play in, where it's just basketball, just isolation. He had a good quote yesterday where he's like, you know, fuck the families coming into the bubble. Like, this is a business trip. We shouldn't be having kids walking around. And you saw it with Giannis. You saw fucking his wife and his little kid come onto the court just for him to shit it up in the game.
I mean, Giannis was garbage in that game too. Chris Middleton played terribly. I mean, the Bucks will probably bounce back, but they looked terrible.
Yeah.
They looked terrible last night. I mean, yeah, it could have to do with the kid. And then Giannis in the interview with his high little squeaky voice got mad at a reporter because he's the defensive player of the year and he didn't want the switch onto Jimmy. Like, how at this point do you not claim, like, fuck out of here, give me that switch, I want him?
Well, he's too nice.
Yeah, I mean, Giannis, I always said that. I'm like, Giannis is not the defensive player of the year. It was Anthony Davis. Because Giannis, especially, like, teams they were playing, and, like, he was only playing 30 minutes a game. You know, it's just – you could look at the advanced metrics and all that for usage, but he wasn't playing against the best teams every night, like teams out in the West.
Yeah, he's playing against the Knicks and all those guys. Yeah, what's your prediction for that series? It's weird because we're still in between round 1 and 2. Some of them bounce around. Heat and 6. Yeah, I saw that was trending, and I thought it was 2012 for some reason. I thought it was like LeBron versus the Celtics when I saw Heat and 6. Yeah, I could see that. I'm going to say Bucks and 7. That'll be a good one. For whoever wins that series, they'll be successful. They'll go on to get swept by whatever Western Conference team. So they're really battling for a lot. Cool. Any other games or topics that you want to discuss, Tim?
Celtics look good.
Celtics look pretty good.
Play again tonight against the Raptors.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal series, too.
And they're playing for basically they'll lose the next round. Whoever wins that Toronto Celtics series will lose to the Bucks or Heat.
You think? I don't think so. I think it's going to be one of those teams that comes out of the East.
I mean, the Celtics just aren't, like, mature enough.
I mean, they have Kemba, though.
Yeah, I mean, Kyrie was a much better leader.
Kyrie really had us believing that Brad Stevens was the problem.
Yeah, Jesus.